Dear brother and sister, the saints in Christ, welcome to a new episode. It's a series. We'll start with this episode. The series title is Pope Shenouda and Narcissistic Personality Disorder, NPD. All right. Before I start, just a quick reminder to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it on your social media if possible. Also, a reminder to pray for the peace of the city of Jerusalem, the city of the great king, where actually he will be, one day he will be coming to remove the throne of Satan and set his own throne, where he and all those saints that been raptured before the great tribulation that will be coming with him, and all will be reigning on earth. If you understand the Arabic, much better to watch this episode in Arabic, because in Arabic there is something related to grammar, Arabic grammar, but I will not mention it in English because it is not a problem in English, but could be a problem in Arabic. But Pope Shenouda forged التشكيل, the notation on the word. But so I'll start with the second part of the episode. This series will be actually regarding a video called الأسقف والكاهن, bishop and priest. I'll put the link, it's in Arabic of course. In this clip, there is plenty of, I would say, stealing prophecies and glorifications to God and the prophecies about Jesus, and so-called Pope Shenouda stole this and they said this to be only for the bishop, not the priest, because the bishop is actually the representative of Jesus, but not the priest, by the way. As with the Catholic, when they call like the Pope Vicarius Christi, all right, and actually the whole clip regarding a question. Someone sent a question to so-called Pope Shenouda and asked and told him the following: if the congregation kisses the hand of the priest and all the clergy, like priest, bishop, and above, so why the metania is only for the bishop and above, but not for the priest as well? Obviously, this could be a question from someone is a priest or about to be a priest, by the way. Could be like that. So let's, as a start, watch this, then come back again. All right?
واحد بيقول لماذا تقبيل يد الإكليروس عموما سواء البطرك أو الأسقف أو الكاهن، ولكن لماذا تقديم السجود للبطريرك والأسقف دون الكاهن؟ يعني يتعاملوا بالمثل. هل أن البطريرك والأسقف في درجة أسمى وأعلى من الكاهن؟ أليس كل رجال الإكليروس وكلاء السرائر الإلهية؟ مش عارف ده اللي بعته السيس ولا شخص ألماني.
Here we go. I have a comment on the question by myself before we start more details about what Pope Shenouda said. Some time ago, that was ages ago, I was listening to a sermon by Father Martin Miskin. I think it was regarding the temptation on the mountain of Lord Jesus Christ. Anyway, he said the following. He was talking about people that looking for a prestigious position in the church, as sort of like I say that. Of course, this is wrong. You are a servant for those people, not anyway. So what he said in this sermon that he mentioned that during the Lent he had no, the sermon was related to the Lent, but he said a story about a clergy guy was taking a khilwa in the monastery of Saint Macarius, but was not during the Lent. But the sermon itself was related to the Lent, but the event that he's going to mention did not happen during the event. Just he said, like as an example of someone would like to be a priest just because of the kissing of his hand. Can you believe this? I'm going to tell you the story now. He said he one day in the monastery he came across a guy who is just a student in the clericaia. You know, of course, what's a clericaia? Which most of people, when they get graduated from this, their hope is to be priests, by the way, and eventually they will. Then he saw this guy having this coming to the monastery to spend a few days as a quiet time with the Lord. Then Father Matta asked him, why did you went to study clergy? By the way, clergy can get only 50% in high school, then you can go. So some people actually go there because they did not have a good score, by the way. Anyway, so the guy told him, you know, Father, priesthood is an honor, and kissing the hand is a great respect. Then Father Matte says that when he told him about the honor of priesthood and the respect when the people kiss his hand, then he said, actually, I asked him to leave immediately the monastery, and you told him, is this what actually you hoping for, not to serve the people, but just because you desire for the honor and the respect of people, and actually called it the desire of kissing of the hand. This is what exactly he was talking about. He said the desire of kissing the hand, and he said, I asked him to leave immediately. So the question was actually reflecting, like some people actually, they do love and they desire, and I have seen this by myself, that some priests actually they put their hands before you put it up like that in front of your mouth to kiss. Anyway, I had this situation once when I was in the Orthodox Church, that a priest that loved people to kiss his hand, and he came to the servants meeting one day, and he said, you have to teach the kids to kiss the hand of Abuna, because I noticed now the new generation doesn't kiss the hand of the Abuna. Oh my goodness. At that time, I remembered exactly this story. All right. But so I've seen it by myself, that this priest, by the way, yes, I saw him on the time. Whenever you meet him and order to shake the hand, he straight away goes like that. Here we go. And even he came and asked it by himself to us to have to teach the kids, the new generation, to kiss the hand of Abuna. Okay. So this is the desire of kissing hand. Now let's watch now the first part of the answer of so-called Pope Shenouda. They call him the teacher of generations, which actually he ruined the generations. And we'll listen now to his answer, which actually reflecting that this desire to be God. Believe me, Jesus is God. And now everything for Jesus, he is looking for. He says this to be done because the bishop is the representative of Jesus on earth. And whatever for Jesus is to be given to him. Full stop. And to the bishop, not to the priest. After a while, find actually the priest will be just a very little guy there in the big organization, but he is not really that value at all. Okay, let's watch this and come back again.
إجابة فرعية على هذا السؤال، أقول إن الأسقف في الكنيسة يمثل السيد المسيح له المجد بالذات، مش القسيس، بدليل إن الألحان الخاصة بالمسيح تقال للأسقف عند استقباله. يعني مثلا يخش الأسقف في الكنيسة يقولوا له ابقورو انتي تهيريني موينان انت كيريني، اللحن ابقورو انتي تهيريني يعني يا ملك السلام، موينان انت كيريني اعطينا سلامك. طبعا لا الأسقف هو ملك السلام ولا بيعطي السلام، لكنه يمثل السيد المسيح على الأرض. ثانيا، من الألحان الأخرى لحن إكزمرؤوت. لحن إكزمرؤوت خاص بالسيد المسيح، ولحن إفلوجومينوس خاص بالسيد المسيح. فلأنه داخل وهو يمثل المسيح تقال له الألحان الخاصة بالسيد المسيح، على اعتبار أنه هو وكيل السيد المسيح.
Okay, so before I continue, actually this problem was between the disciples. We read through the Bible at least twice. They struggled who is number one of them. And Lord Jesus, in the book of John chapter 13, he fixed this. He washed their feet and he, I would say, reaffirmed it. You calling me the master, and this is true, by the way, because I'm the master. But if I am the master and they washed your feet, so what about yourself? You wash the feet of each other as well. All right? So let me put some comments now on this. Number one, falsely, he says that the bishop only is the representative of Jesus on earth, not the priest. And if not the priest, what about the layman? What about the deacon? So out of you are totally out of this. Huh? We are the people that we represent Jesus, and accordingly we deserve the honor of Jesus. Then he is going to start more like lies, saying with, as mentioned in the short clip, and he will put now why he is actually worthy to be like Christ. And he started not from the Bible, no, from the Alhan. He says in the Alhan, you tell him, Oro enteti hirini muinan, King of Peace, who is Jesus. But yes, to be said to Jesus, to be said for the bishop. And now Ekizmaruot, which is blessed is who comes in the name of the Lord. And he said, this is Ekizmaruot and also Phlegomenes. By the way, both of them has the same meaning, but Ekizmaruot is Coptic, Phlegomenes is Greek. And why you pray in Greek in your holy mass in between brackets? Nobody knows, but it's okay. Now we come to this point. He's taking the Alhan as a proof to respect the bishop as exactly the respect of Jesus. You must tell this to him. And of course, accordingly, then you have to have the Matanya. That was the question in the beginning. Why there is no Matanya for the bishop but not for the priest? So he does not come with something from the Bible, but he steals what's in the Bible about Jesus and put them in Alhan and say, this is the proof that the bishop is like Jesus. But who actually put the Alhan? Alhan, actually, the major two people actually put some Alhan and all that stuff. Someone named Al-Ma'allim Mikhail al-Batanuni. That was late 19th century, early 20th century. And another one in Ma'allim Farag Abdul Masih, 20th century. So actually, who actually inspired them to have this Alhan, which actually prophesies about Jesus, and they told them, do this for the bishop, and only for the bishop, by the way, not the priest. So this is the level. Who told them that? Nobody knows. Could be a false angel appear to them and inspire them with this? I'm joking. I'm just here we go. Okay. So this is very well known that they say something, an angel appeared and told us like that. Number 3, with the lahn of Kizmaruot, which means blessed is who comes in the name of the Lord. In fact, this lahn is a prophecy that Jesus said that the Israelites will tell him, will sing when he comes back to them. In the same chapter Matthew 23, what happened is the following. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the one who kills the prophets and stones those who are sent to her. How often I wanted to gather your children together as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, but you were not willing. See, your house is left to you desolate. And some people just stop here and say, Jews will never come to Jesus because their house is being left desolate. Continue. Don't be too smart. Continue. For I say to you, you shall see me no more, yes, till you say, this means that one day they will say, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. So actually this is something will be said to Jesus by the Jews when he comes. So this is only for Jesus, not for anyone else. It's a prophecy, by the way, part of in the prophecies. And actually, this is what the people actually on Palm Sunday said to Jesus as the king. So they say, no, for the bishop. And he takes it as a proof that the bishop is equal to Jesus. Can you see? He's going the opposite way. He takes what of Jesus and said, and put it to the bishop and say, this to say to the bishop, and this is the proof that the bishop is like Jesus. He was very smart in this, but it's a wicked smartness, which much better to be said like he was a cunning person. Okay. Next one, number 5. There is some alhan in the Coptic church. You say, this is only for the bishop when the bishop attends. There is one very important one. It says the following. One second, I have to come to this one. It says, let's exalt him. Here we go. In the congregation. This actually not even a prophecy about Jesus, but actually Psalm 107, which is those verses are taken from there, is talking about exalting Yahweh, the true God. So they have taken this and put it for the bishop. Now, you cannot say this stuff for anyone, but when you exalt only God. Then they stole what's in Psalm 110 when they say, the Lord has sworn and will never relent that you are a priest forever on the order of Melchizedek. And they say, so actually this is a prophecy about Jesus Christ. So they have taken actually the exaltation of Yahweh plus a prophecy about Jesus and put it in a lahn, and they said this is applied to the bishop. Absolutely stealing the priesthood of Jesus and the giving and the honor of God and Jesus and put it to the bishop. There is absolute crap. There is nothing in the Bible says that. Now I'm going to conclude with the most important thing. This arrogant called Pope Shenouda would like, they stole this stuff and they say this is a proof that the bishop is the only one represented Jesus on earth and in the church. Did not he read what Peter said to Cornelius in the book of Acts chapter 10 when Cornelius bowed down to him? Let's read this together. And Peter was coming in. Cornelius met him and fell down at his feet and worshipped him. Worshipped Peter, the apostle himself, not the successor of the apostle. He's the apostle himself, and actually was the spokesman of the church. But Peter lifted him up. So lifted him up, didn't tell, yes, you do this. Shenouda telling you to do it. But Peter said, lifted him up, said, listen to what he said. Said, stand up, I myself am also a man. So what does it mean? I'm also a man. He didn't tell him I'm an angel or I am the representative of Jesus. Yes, well done. No, I'm also a man. So actually the answer will give us something to understand. On those days, Cornelius was a Roman guy, by the way, in the army. On those days, Romans believed that high-ranked people are actually representatives of God on earth. So actually he worshipped him in that sense, that this Peter, that because actually he saw a vision asking him, bring this guy, he will tell you something to save you and your family. So he looked at him as a very highly regarded person. That's why he worshipped him as a god. That's why Peter told him, I myself also a man. I'm not God, I'm a man. So-called Pope Shenouda didn't read this. He doesn't like to be, or he did not like to be like Peter. Did not like to learn from Peter. No, because he desires. He and all of them, by the way, he's talking about the whole system in the church, but just he assures it. They desire to be like God. Another one, this is number 7, last one. In the book of Revelation, also, we read about Saint John himself fell before the angel, and the angel would tell him, no, never do this. Let's read this together. And I fell at his feet to worship him. That was an angel. But he said to me, see that you do not do that. So it's like rebuking him. I am not a man. I am your fellow servant. So we all fellow servants, and of your brethren who have the testimony of Jesus, worship God. So only God to be worshipped by men, by the angels, not to worship the bishop. Here we go. So dear brothers and sisters, those guys, they have the desire to be gods, and they desire this extremely high respected I would say expression, like to show that he is God. He is representing Jesus. He is Jesus walking on the earth, and also Jesus inside the church. And by the way, to assure you this, even if you are in the mass or even in a prayer during the Holy Week, because I've seen this myself, once he enters, then what happens? Everything stops, and you start welcoming him and tell him Ekizma Ru'ot. So actually, you are in the mass, and it is supposed that you're praying to Jesus. But when he comes, you stop this. This guy is more important. Is that more important? So they actually, all of them are sick with this NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. All right. Thank you very much for your time. Pray that this episode will be, or the whole channel will be a blessing for many people. And unless the Lord comes, we'll meet again another episode. May the Lord bless you all. Salam alaikum.